Hey guys, this is a little update video on going over how to assemble the pedestal stand. We recently had a change in the hardware that we use, so we'll kind of go over how the new correct way to install it. So here's the video. I forget where I was even starting. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. So when you guys get all your packages, if you got the pedestal stand, we'll start by assembling that first. This will come in a box that's roughly 12 by 12 by 40 inches. And these will be the components in it. They'll actually be your 2 pedestal legs, your 1 pedestal pillar, and a box with your foot option and your hardware. If we take a look inside this box, again, you're gonna have your foot option, which will either be casters or rubber feet. Real quick on these casters, if you look when they're actually bolted up, if you spin this red dial, these are called leveling casters. Well, this leveling portion, this foot goes up and down. So that will actually allow the wheel to move or completely take it off so it doesn't move. So that makes for a very stable caster option. So you'll have the casters, you'll have your hardware for the pedestal stand, which will include 4 threaded bars, 8 3/8/16 bolts, and 8 washers. And then if you get the caster option, you also have a few bolts to bolt the casters on. So let's start putting this together. So we have our 2 feet. If you notice, one foot has a notch pointing up, and the other one has a notch pointing down. And I'll show you guys a little trick. When you're putting this together, sometimes it's hard to get that pedestal pillar in. So instead of actually putting the 2 feet together like that, what we do is we lift it up and we keep it staggered. So it's not fully seated together. And the reason we do that is so when you put your pedestal pillar in, you just have to put it in one leg at a time. So once you get that in, now we can slide our legs together. And those are locked in just like that. So once you have it like this, what I like to do is pull this stand up a little bit and then tilt the whole pedestal assembly like that. Now we can take our bolts and our bars, and you can slide the bar back behind there and input a bolt. And we'll do that for each side. And the whole point of these threaded bars is not to have to put a wrench to actually tighten it all down. You gotta get your hand in there, but this will keep us from having to get a wrench on 8 separate nuts. So once they're started, you're good to go. If you guys haven't, open up the grinder box and get out this toolkit. We could take the Allens and we'll use that to assemble this. We'll use the 5/16 Allen key to put these together. So once you have the pedestal stand and the bars and bolts, threaded bars and bolts just loose in there, you can tip it back over, and then you can put this wherever you would like it. You have a few inches of adjustment here. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough to fine tune it. So like I said, you need a 5/16 Allen key. If you have impact, it sure makes it a lot quicker. And you could just put this where you want it and start torquing them down. So now that we have our pedestal stand bolted together and torqued down with the height that we want, we can go ahead and throw our feet on. I usually do these one at a time. If you're using the casters, it comes with these bag of bolts. It can either be bolts or sometimes they'll come with actual individual little studs and a nut. And you use 1 per wheel. What I do if you're using the stud and nuts is I thread it in that guy and just tilt this guy back, put it in, and tighten that down. And then just do that on all 4 sides. And then once you snug all those down, your pedestal stand will be complete.